Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Abdullah Patel English High School and DRT Junior College. Today we are going to start by our subject history, as we have already started by our last chapter, that is 12th chapter part 2, India Transform part 2, second video. Last two topics were remaining, that is sports and cultural heritage and tourism. Now start speaking about sports. Post globalization, new sports became popular. There were changes in formats and the rules of the games. A number of sports journals are published in India. Independent clubs associations are established, which have led to professionalization of sports. Sportspersons with extraordinary performance are honored by the government. Government of India announced the national sport policy in 2001. In 2011, Government of India announced Come and Play scheme. National Sport University was set up in Manipur in 2011 for the development of sports. In a launch Khelo India scheme to establish excellence in sports. National Sports Development Fund was developed. Various sports awards were announced by the government. The sportsperson who won medals in various sporting events were given cash rewards by the government. There is a provision of pension for the retired sports person. So this was the new schemes of sports, just to enhance the sports spirit in the people. Okay, in the wrestlers. Uh, there were times when the Indian hockey team used to return home victorious from international matches. Indian wrestlers like Khashoba Jadhav earned fame in international wrestling. In the course of globalization, some new sports become popular and many sportspersons emerge from various parts of the country. With globalization, one thing had become very clear, that sportsmen with extraordinary skill will only rise in their career. Present scenario of the sports would has an unmistakable message that yesteryear of success do not guarantee a success today or tomorrow. In other words, a champion in the past may lose his position anytime if he does not keep up the hard work. It is essential for sport person in all fields to prove themselves every time they play. New record had been made every day to break the old one. The formats and the rules of the game are being modified time and again. Let's elaborate with the example of the game of cricket. In the olden days, a cricket match used to run for 5 days, right? If you remember, if you have watched the older matches, older cricket match, so it would run 5 days. Then one day matches were introduced, and then the cricket matches were limited only to 20 overs. Earlier, a wrestling match was not concluded till one of the wrestler was pinned down, chitpat karane, completely. However, now a wrestling match gets concluded on the basis of points scored by the wrestler. So this is the new changes, new advances came in the game. Today there are many types of sports such as kabaddi, hockey, cricket, swimming, badminton, weightlifting, shooting, chess, motorsports, skydiving, boxing, archery, wrestling, football, soccer, tennis, table tennis, ping pong, billiards and snooker, malakam, bodybuilding and so on. Media and news channels have special slots for this games. Means whatever the news is there, media is highlighting them. So there are number of sport journals published in India. Some television channels are devoted to sport. The audience of sport channels advertisement shown on this channel, time slot and expenses of this advertisement are vital factors which have shaped an independent sphere of marketing. There are independent club association of each sport established in India, which is giving investing on large scale sport person on individual merit. A football player may have adopted professionally by a football club only. Then the club would take care of the player, including his training or whether he is professional contract with the club. The player names get associated with the club. The IPL matches, Indian Premier League of cricket, the World Cup matches of one day cricket and 2020 cricket, or the matches organized by Pro Kabaddi League in India, presently known as Vivo Kabaddi League, are the example of professionalization of the sports world. The professionally played matches have gained worldwide audience that had resulted in the increase of the honorism of the players, and which also increased the name of the country also, as far as it is earning, it is also giving us the name and fame for the country. The government is also taking a note of sports person for their performance. Sport person who perform extraordinarily well and are honored various awards. Sachin Tendulkar was awarded with the highest award of Bharat Ratna by the government. He was nominated as a member of Rajya Sabha. Khasdar, the sport person are receiving more popular support and respect. Sports are more and more perceived as prospective professional career for the youth. Sport has become an inseparable part of school and college education. Means sports is not only at a high or the inner level, in the national level or international level, it is also included in our curriculum also. We are playing in our school levels also. Okay, and here the best player is also having given the awarded the best award, like Bharat Ratna award was awarded to Sachin Tendulkar. I hope you all know who is Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, the pic is can be seen in the slides, I hope, or you can see in your textbook also. Next topic is National Sports Policy. Now, what is the National Sport Policy? The participation of sports person in international sport tourism, increasing use of science and modern technology in the field of sports is reflected in the sport policy of every nation. Government of India announced its sports policy in 2001. The main objective of this policy include to help all parts of the world to help the players to develop special skills, to build supportive and fundamental sport facilities, to help National Sport Federation of India and associated institutions and search for sports talent, to initiate cooperation from industry, corporate and private institutions for the cause of sports, to create awareness of the importance of sports and interest in sports among people. In 2011, Government of India announced a scheme named as Come and Play. Through this scheme, 5 sport complexes in Delhi under Sports Authority of India were made available to local youth. They were also provided with an opportunity to train under SAI coaches. The next step of the efforts of developing sport was the founding of National Sports University at Manipur in 2018. The courses include Bachelor of Master, MPhil and PhD courses in sport education, sport management, sport psychology, coaching, etc. Research in sports is also encouraged. Now means a local people can also participate in this matches just to earn the money and just to earn the name and fame for the country. How to increase the economy, how we will improve our standard of living. So this were the thing, this were the idea which came by the government of India, and hence they have started Come and Play. And other thing is Khelo India. The Indian government launched a new scheme in front of us, that was Khelo India, by combining some old schemes and new objectives. The scheme was launched with an objective of creating a larger popular platform and establish excellence in sports. The scheme has 12 basic aspects. The two major aspects among them are to create interest about sports, means whoever the people is, he should have interest in the sports from clearly days in schools, and to increase girls participation in school. Now apart from other facility, the facility was there of girls, that girls should also participate in our at national level at least. So the National Sport Development Fund was established for the development of sport. A donation of this fund is eligible for 100% exemption from income tax, means they don't have to pay income tax. The Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award was announced with an intention of encouraging players. Apart from this, there are other awards like Arjun Award, Dhyan Chand Lifetime Achievement Award, the Dronacharya Award, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad Trophy, and National Sports Encouragement Award. So these are the awards given to the player who will play the best. The sport person who will win the gold medal in Olympic game are awarded ₹75 lakhs each. The teams and sports person who win gold, silver and bronze medal in various competitions such as Paralympic, Asiad, Commonwealth, World Cup, Commonwealth, and in my earlier video we have studied about Commonwealth Games, World Cup, Asian Championship, International University tournaments, international tournaments for the disabled, cricket tournaments for visually impaired, etc. So these are the things where if we can win and we can get the cash prizes also, are given good amount of rewards and jobs to the players. Beside, there is a provision of pension for the retired sportsmen also. Since 2018, a winner of the Olympic is granted a pension of rupees 20,000 per month. Here, common basic person salary is 20,000. Here, retired person pension is 27,000. Very good, huh? As the winner of the ancient game is granted rupees 12,000 per month. If you are a Olympic pensioner, so you will get 20,000 per month. If you are from ancient game, so you will be granting 12,000 per month. Okay, so this is the difference between the winner. Thus, the government of India is opening many avenues for making the youth aware of sports as life career. Student can avail of many opportunity in this field. So, if anyone is interested in sports field, so it is very good, as you will be getting while playing also. If you are a good player, so you will be getting the amount, a good amount, as well as you will be getting the awards. And after, when you will be retired, so at that time also you will be getting a good amount, good cashback. A pension will be started by government of India. So here we will be ending by the sports topic. Our last topic of the last chapter is cultural heritage and tourism. So in short, what is cultural heritage and tourism? Tourism industry is a major source of earning foreign exchange for the country. Government has created the facility of e-visa, that is electronic visa, a service giving information to tourists in various languages apart from Hindi and English was started. Institute for Training of Soft Skills to help and receive the tourists have opened up. Atulya Bharat, an advertisement campaign, was launched to boost tourism. A travel show, Go Northeast, was released on the Discovery Channel to boost tourism in the northeastern state of India. Pilgrimage tours have been launched through the Swadeshi Darshan program. Indian Tourism Mart 2018 was organized. So this is in short of cultural heritage and tourism. Now, and it is on a the industry earns the country foreign exchange on a large scale. The number of tourists visiting India and the revenue earned through them is increasing every year. Means a lot we are earning only by tourism. Government is trying to create various facilities for the convenience of tourists visiting India from other countries. The three Ministry of Home Affairs, Tourism and Foreign Affairs together has created the facility of e-visa for them, which included e-business, e-visa, e-medical visa and e-visa, a service giving information on mobile to the tourists not only in Hindi and English but also in 10 other foreign languages for 24 hours throughout the week was started. The languages include Arabic, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Russian and Spanish. And the information which is made available by the Ministry of Tourism for the facility of the tourists have to dial 1363. The information cover various topics like tours, adventures, sports, tourism, health tourism, facilities for sports, like golf and polo, eco-friendly tourism, film festivals and so on. So these are the facilities. Institute for Systematic Training for Soft Skills such as proper manner of receiving and helping tourists, communicating with them have been opened. Hotels with amenities and accommodation of premium quality are available to tourists. Institute offering in training courses in hospitality and hotel management have been established in many cities in the country. So as tourists can come, they can stay over here, and hence our country can earn lots of profit. Atulya Bharat, as an advertisement campaign designed to boost tourism, was carried out extensively to boost tourism to places of unique nature and culture in the northeastern state of India. The travel show entitled Go Northeast was released on the Discovery Channel through the Swadesh Darshan program. 13 types of pilgrim tours have been launched. It includes tours to Himalayas, coastal region, Buddhist centers, etc. So as tourists can be attracted to these places and they can come to our country, and hence we can earn profit. The information of several uniquely featured tourist places in India is being publicized through electronic and digital media like BBC, Discovery, History are running programs introducing India's historical and cultural heritage to the world. You can see the picture over here. This is a picture of Hawa Mahal in Jaipur. It is also called as a pink city of Jaipur, which is located in Rajasthan, and it is inscribed as a World Heritage by UNESCO. It was announced on 6th July 2019. The decision in this regard was made in the meeting of UNESCO held at Baku in Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan, I hope you have listened the name when Russia has became was disintegrated. So Azerbaijan has become an independent sovereign state, right? Okay, so it will help to increase the number of tourists coming from India to India from other countries like America, France, Japan, etc. Swadesh Darshan or Prasad scheme launched by the Ministry of Tourism of Indian government has chalked out tours to pilgrim center and spiritual centers in India. There are 95 such places. 95 such places which are included in the scheme. Trimbakeshwar in Maharashtra is one among them. The Ministry of Tourism, Government of India and Federation of Association in India Tourism and Hospitality, that is FAITH, organized Indian Tourism Mart 2018. It was the first event of its kind organized on the model of International Tourism Mart in other countries. So not only Government of India but also Ministry of Tourism as well as Federation of Association in Indian Tourism and Hospitality were also included in having or serving better for the tourism. So in this lesson we have reviewed the transformation in various fields in our country such as social matters, education, health, environment, sports and tourism. We studied some aspect of transforming India, how it has transformed, was the positive side, what were the negative side. Especially we have studied about the positive side as we have got success in each and every field where we have put forward. Okay. So here I would like to end by the chapter and the syllabus of our 12th standard. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you are studying, you are completing your history notebook time to time. I have completed by the chapter question answers also. So please start your study subjects. Okay, as you are in HSC, don't forget that you are in HSC this year. I know that you are in home, but then too you have to study. Maybe your exams will be delayed, so you will be getting your more time to study, to pay attention. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you are having enough time, so you will be going very leniently in your studies. No, study from now so as you will be getting much more easier paper and you will be achieving good percentage. And further I would like to say you that your paper might be this year, might be if it is online, so it will be in an MCQ pattern. Okay, if it is online, there will be no detailed answer for writing. So if it is in MCQ format, so it is not compulsory that your question will be from the back of the chapters, textual exercises what I am giving to you. So it is not compulsory that it will become from there only. It can be come from in the chapter, means from inside of the chapter, means whole textbook you have to rectify. Okay, if it is detailed, so it is not so tough, but MCQ, it is coming in MCQ format, so don't get happy that it is MCQ format. No, it is very toughest format. You have to search and search and search, but your question will be twisted form. So better go by each and every chapter, learn each and every chapter. Okay, so prepare for that thing also. So don't get happy that your paper will be very easy, it will be only tick marking, you have to just tick mark and just avoid everything. You don't have to write, you don't have to remember the spelling. No, you have to remember each and everything. Okay, so I hope you understand what I am trying to tell you. So prepare yourself for your board exam. So till then, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you so much for listening. Allah Hafiz.